Hello, my name is Matthias Kavodi. Like, welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy issue 20 to 25. Now, this particular run from Abnett and Lanning, I thought it was completely perfect from front to back, but I actually encountered a couple of issues that really don't work for me. I feel like the storytelling feels sloppy and sort of tacked on what they did. I'm not sure if there's like editorial mandate there because it's not good what happens. So we're going to get into this. So the first story arc, issues 20 to 21, we have the return of Moonstone. The big rift that was left behind between the battle between Black Bolt and Vulcan, which actually leads into the Cancerverse. So still, our heroes and the people investigating the rift itself do not know what the hell's on the other side. They do not know it's the Cancerverse. So we have like these scientific expeditions going in, trying to find out what's on the other side. And when one of these expeditions comes back that was headed by the people of the Luminals, like on nowhere, where the Guardians of the Galaxy are stationed, there's actually a superhero team, much like the Justice League, called the Luminals. Both teams really hate each other's guts. And when their expedition comes back, one of the members of the team seems to be infected by something from the Cancerverse. Team member starts flipping out, starts destroying everything, and this Cancerverse monster comes out from it within it. It looks really gross. There's like a lot of body horror going on in this particular issue. This being from the other side actually infects Moonstone and actually plops a baby within Moonstone. It's really gross. But the thing is, on nowhere, there's like a contingency of members of the Universal Church of Peace. Sorry about that. Whom, if you know a lot about comics, that's actually the church that is created by Magus. They think Magus is like the ultimate space messiah, and Magus is super evil. They think that this thing that came from the Cancerverse is like the announcement of the arrival of Magus and of good things to come. The harbinger of life, and that's sort of like the interesting dynamic that we're going to get in the Cancerverse. Nothing can die because death is gone in the Cancerverse, so nothing passes away, lives forever, but they become like these cancerous monsters that look terrible. And they really do. Abnett and Lanning actually do a really good setup that Thanos is actually going to be the savior because he's the harbinger of death, and he's going to stop these creatures that don't die from invading the main Marvel universe and killing death here too. Obviously, our heroes are able to save Moonstone, purge her of this Cancerverse monster, resolve their problems with the Luminals, and there's also some kidnapping by the Universal Church. First two issues, they're a lot of fun. There's a really good setup about the second coming of Magus. So what I didn't like is what happens actually in issue. I'm going to blast through this. So here we have the Guardians and the Luminals defeating the Universal Church. It's issue 23. So what happens? So we see Magus. He had actually reawoken back during the War of Kings story arc. When he comes to be, he kills off a bunch of members of the Guardians of the Galaxy. He kills Phyla-Vell, Cosmos, Major Victory, Mantis. What we discover is that somehow, it's not explained, none of these characters were dead. Somehow he was able to capture their spirits, bring them back into their corporeal bodies. He wants to convert them into the Universal Church. Also, Gamora gets killed. And I remember reading this and thinking to myself, okay, this doesn't make sense, or where the hell does this come from? Really obvious these characters were super dead, and the way they bring them back, it just feels very, very half-baked. Our heroes are able to escape. They're trying to make a run for it, and Phyla-Vell gets called by Oblivion. No, not Oblivion. This guy's called Maelstrom, and he's the herald of Oblivion. Now, Phyla-Vell, in the previous story arc, becomes the champion of Oblivion. And what happens is Maelstrom sort of sets Phyla up to get herself killed. And that part's actually sort of cool. So Maelstrom tells her, the champion that we need is actually within the Universal Church's base. You got to find him. She finds this cocoon that looks normally a cocoon for Adam Warlock, but when she opens it up, it actually has Thanos on the inside. Thanos vaporizes her immediately, and she actually stays dead for good. And it's sort of a shame because she got to be the Herald of Oblivion for maybe for 4 issues. So they gave her this whole change. She stopped being Quasar for this, and she stuck around for nothing. In the next issue, in issue 25, we have the Guardians able to track down their teammates, find them on the home planet of the Universal Church, which has been totally destroyed. When they do find their teammates, they also find Thanos that has been reawoken by Phyla-Vell, who he just killed. Thanos is totally wigging out, like he's not happy that he's back to life. Like it's his thing. He wants to die. And he actually gets in a line, I'm not sure if it's here, that it's painful for him to live in the first place, that he's allergic to life, and he's freaking pissed off that whoever brought him back, he's going to make him pay. So the Guardians are able to stop him. Star-Lord actually blasts him with what's left of a cosmic cube that he stole from, I think, from Kang. Basically, we're left at the doorstep of the Thanos Imperative, a really good story arc where you get the whole war with the Cancerverse, which I really do recommend. So, what I have to say is, it wasn't perfect, Andy Lanning's run. I really, really didn't like how they brought back to life these characters that were totally dead. I know this happens a lot in comic books, but you have to bring a good explanation, not this shoehorn thing that they bring us here. And see you guys next time. Bye.